Well, as you can probably already tell, it is a big dude. That's our special guest. He's already blowing up. He blew up this past weekend, got a quick knockout in the first round, 24 seconds or something like that. Big Ben Rothwell. What's up, Ben?
Did you watch the fight? Did you even watch the fight?
Was it 17?
Did you watch the fight?
Yeah. I watched the highlight, which is long as the fight.
Then why don't you? I mean, I'm worried about people. I'm worried about society a little bit.
Was it 17
I don't know how to tell fucking. I don't know how to count. Apparently, I don't know math. The timer on the official. Okay, fuck when he drops. You got to do this whole standing 10 thing. Fine. The clock says so. After a standing 10, it says 1 minute 47 seconds. I must be doing what 2 minute and 7 second rounds. Is that it? I thought it was 2 minute rounds. 2 minute rounds minus minute 47. But they themselves said 19 seconds. That's what they posted. So I don't know, man. The organization I'm with is like hired. I don't know who the timekeeper is.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of worry about everybody. People, nobody said the same. Everyone's been saying different numbers on top of it. So this is fucking hilarious.
One thing we can all agree on: it was a fast and vicious KO. You couldn't have written a better script. Congratulations. That was something else, man. Literally, you just lit him up, and what a debut at Bare Knuckle.
I appreciate it. I'm just talking shit. It doesn't matter to me. It could have been 30 seconds, whatever, right? Like, I got out and let it go. It's what we always, it's what Junkie Nation's been waiting for. They're like, Ben, we know it was in you. Where the fuck's that Ben? I know.
Did you even get a taste of Bare Knuckle? I mean, it was so fast. You got the finish, but like, you didn't even get a chance to get to your corner and get instructions or react or anything. Like, your face looks better now than it did last week.
My hands felt a little bit. It's cool because I landed. It wasn't just a one-shot knockout. He got hit. It was about 15 punches were thrown, give or take. There could be just an argument in that, but we'll just say roughly around that many. And I'd say I landed. You have to really watch closely because it looks like it doesn't hit, and I'm hitting with most of those shots. And my right hand was a little bit sore after. So for me, that was a little bit surprising because I've had 15 and 25-minute fights before, and my hand's not feeling anything. But I guess it wasn't being me either. I mean, I would have threw more like that. I would have had better success in the past. But so my hands were sore. You're seeing how quick it was, though. But it was funny. My cornermen, I go back, and they're like, Ben, we were still fighting over our seats. We didn't even see the fucking fight. And that was pretty funny that they literally said they were trying to sit down, and the fight was over.
Well, yeah. I mean, even when we were talking earlier today, I was joking, hypothetical of what Mike Tyson and Ronda Rousey would say. I could just see everybody fighting for their seats on the couch and toasting their beer, and next thing you know, it's over.
Yeah, probably it sucks for people that weren't watching at the show. But the replay seems to be making up for it. I mean, it seems like replay is getting, literally the whole fight is a highlight. So it seems like it's getting shown everywhere. So it's pretty cool.
And it's up for Bobo, Ben. And how quick do you want to do something like this again? How does it work? I know boxers sometimes only go twice a year. MMA fighters sometimes can go 4 or 5 if their body's healthy. As a bare knuckle guy, what are you thinking? Like, do you want to do something again even this year to close out the year or early part of next year? Or what are you even thinking here?
So at this point, when you have a fast win like that, my body's great. I'm ready to go. I mean, we could even talk about a fight, soon. Weeks, month, right? It's not on me. It's BKFC they're doing a lot of shows. They're trying to keep a lot of fighters busy. And it's just kind of like when someone like me and Platinum Perry, they can't just have us fight monthly. They got to have things set up and a lot of planning put in place. So what I'm hearing is it's like February. So about 5 months. Not as fast as you can for the UFC or other places, but still staying busy and not just putting you on some show. I'm getting told like Knuckle Mania, which is one of their big ones. We'll see. I mean, there's nothing set. They haven't figured out anything yet. That's just what my management is kind of preparing me for and looking at, and we'll see what happens.
Are they still going to Lima, Peru at the end of this month? Have you heard? Are they still going to Lima, Peru at the end of this month? Have you heard?
Okay, there it is. Yeah, you broke out for a second. I don't 100% know. All I know is they got a show in 2 weeks and a show 2 weeks after that. So they're fucking pumping shows out. I got to give them that. Looking, they do two up to 2 a month, sometimes three a month. So they're putting shows out, but I have only heard for the next few where they're going.
Here's why I ask. About 10 years ago, maybe. You can ask Malky. Him and Jon Jones went to Lima, Peru to attend the show. So John was an invited guest. And I remember our mom's from Peru, so we're very partial to that country. But I remember somebody took a video, and as John was walking in, some young kids were saying, you could hear them as they're holding their camera phones, they were saying, "Que bestia." They were in awe, of the tall American, the great fighter that is Jon Jones. Man, something tells me they would react to you similar like that, because your stature, your mean, like bare knuckle type look, and I think you'd be a fucking hit over there. But it's October 29th, and I don't know if they're still doing it. They were going to go with Luis Palomino. He's originally from Peru, and that's why
he's their champ. Would make sense, but I don't think that's going to happen in October. If they are, it's going to be later.
Yeah. All right, man. That wouldn't it be epic? Goes? Am I reaching here, or wouldn't he blow up over in a country like that?
Yeah, there's not a lot of people that look like you walking around there. They mostly look like me. So that would be pretty legit. And you might want to get in and out of that country because the food is so good. You'd be fighting at super heavyweight for the next one. It's incredible, man. We gotta take you there one day.
Yeah, I agree, man. He would be like Bob Sapp, the way he people reacted to him in Japan.
You guys missed my weigh-in, huh?
Well, okay. I want to talk about that, actually. That's something I want to talk about.
I mean, in the world of MMA, I was super heavyweight. But we're boxing now, baby. I get to be me.
You said that you were coming in the heaviest you've ever come in. However,
I know you guys, and all were like, you were a little bit worried about.
A little bit, yeah.
What is this guy doing? Now you see
said that you felt great. And when I looked at you, you looked amazing. Like, you didn't look your weight, if that makes sense. You looked pretty good. Like, everything was in the right place. I would argue that's the best I've ever seen you, I think. How can you explain that? Like, who talked you into that, or how did your body feel going into that?
No, there was no talking, brother. That was my body begging for many years, crying. Ben, stop making me cut 30 pounds. Like, this fucking sucks. And people think like, oh, heavyweights just take a shit to make weight. Well, yeah, guys that are 260 or 70, as you can see, maybe in a different life, I was supposed to be a 330-pound defensive lineman. Like, I don't think people understand how fast I can run a 40. Maybe not as fast now, but when I was younger, I was running a 4.40 at 280 pounds. It's true. And I'm just fortunately my life didn't have me go there. I didn't do the things I was supposed to do when I was young. Okay, let's put it that way. So I became a fighter because I was kind of like, oh, you fucked up your life. Now you got to do this. But it wasn't like I fucked up anything. I've been fighting since I can first remember, like wanting to fight, thinking about fighting, loving watching action movies, fighting in the air, doing things. So this is just who I am. It's part of what I am. And I'm just thankful, like, this life, here I am, 40 years old. I'm still going to do what I love. And, I'm making the most of it. But back to the size and everything. Yeah, I'm trying to tell, like, I feel good and natural at 290 pounds. I know it freaks people out because there's not many 290-pound guys that do what I can do.
What about going into the fight? What were the differences, like walking through the curtain, walking to the ring? Did it feel kind of like business as usual, or did the emotions kind of get to you, the new environment and all that?
No, I felt more natural than ever. I was able to get where I needed to be mentally. a talking point is, oh, you got to wear a cloak and do these things, but it's just I was getting to be natural and naturally get into the state of mind that I needed to be in to perform the way I did. And it's been a struggle. Crazy it is, everyone, when the Reebok deal started for the UFC, it fucked a lot of things up for me because I was creating a persona. I was getting into a mental state to perform a certain way. And when they took that away, it made me kind of like pissed off, but in a bad way because it affected me. It made me like, well, fuck it. I ain't going to do anything. And then I kind of forgot to get myself into character for a fight. And I know some people don't get it. They're like, what is he talking about? This guy's, I'm like, listen, it's all about the mind game with this. And I have tried to tell people to convince them, like, listen, I'm not making this up. Like, I have a split personality. The best way, I haven't explained it this way, and I'll try to explain it, is tell somebody, like, the guy's talking to you right now, hey, man, I love everyone, things are great, and then some crazy fuck guy comes and pushes my wife down in front of me. In that second, I am not the same person anymore. And what that individual is going to deal with is losing his life, because that's what's going to come upon him. And that is the person, the thing, the entity I have to tap into at fight night. And it's not easy. But now the BKFC has allowed me that ability to get there. So bad news for all the guys that have to fight me now.
Have you figured out that, because I know you could have a lot of fun with this, right? Your personality could come out. Have you kind of figured out that persona that you want for BKFC, or is that still a work in progress?
I believe just like fighting, it's evolving. It's not set in stone. And I just I got like an introduction, and now I feel like I get to run with it. I get to add to it. I get to become more of it. So sky's the limit.
I want to tell you about something that ran through my head during your fight, and I'm curious to know if it ran through yours. When you were going through that closing sequence, which was basically the opening sequence, at any point in my head, I was saying, please don't grab him and throw a knee. Because it just feels like something you would do in that situation. Did your MMA brain kick in at all at any point during that sequence?
It's funny. My family, my mom and dad, my dad's just like, my mom was kind of worried. My dad's like, he'll be all right. But I was like, don't throw an elbow or knee or something. You know, I'm just like jokingly, like a couple days before I left for the fight, and we're laughing, like, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And then some of my other people are like, man, we just let off a head kick. And I'm like, yeah, that would be pretty bad. So I felt good because I was focused purely on what I had to do. I've been doing, just straight boxing for the whole year. So I was focused and honed in. But the problem is he started to fall down, and I threw one last punch that the close bare knuckle people and his family and friends got upset about. And it wasn't intentional. Like, it missed. It just sucks that I threw it because that was that last. People don't realize that as he fell down in MMA, I would have had a couple more seconds of following him knee on belly and dropping 3 or 4 of the hardest shots he would have took in that whole sequence. That's why MMA is very dangerous. And that man would have gotten really hurt. So BKFC is a good thing because the fight was already over and he didn't need to take those shots.
Wow, that's interesting that you bring that up, because we applaud MMA for being safer than boxing, but yet at the same time, when you explain that, you're so right. I mean, there are some follow shots that we see every weekend,
Brutal.
4-ounce gloves that are pretty brutal, but still, compared to the big 10-ounce gloves of boxing, 8 or 10 or whatever they use, depending on the weight class. There's just these different levels of safety. And even what you shared with us earlier, that your hands are a little bit more sore now than some MMA fights where you've gone the whole 15 minutes. So it just goes to show you just how much the 4-ounce glove does protect your hands a little bit, in essence.
It does. It's true.
Yeah. Wow. All right. I know your time's short. Thank you for popping in with us here on our 3300th show.
What the? Just fucking bring me in. You literally rolled me out of bed, and then you fucking like kicked me off like some street whore. Man, what the? Where was our funny time?
Okay, hold on a second.
Sit here and talk all this serious shit. The MMA Junkie people are like, this is boring. Like,
but at the same time, then we joked and you joked and told us you did a show that went on forever yesterday. So he said, "Oh, well, let's top that." You're like, "No, you got to give me more."
How long have I been out?
We'll make it a short one. So I said, "All right." So now that I give you a short, I can't win over here. But you want to joke? All right, you didn't run no 440. Get off that, or a 440, maybe a 4.6 or a 4.7, but. That's what DBs run. I mean, what were you running, downhill?
That was the measured straight line fucking run.
4.40, Big Ben? This is your last chance to retract that.
I don't know what to tell you. It was time. It was high. Okay, let's be honest. How long ago was it? High school. So it was a long fucking time ago.
Did you also run track or something? Or
I was 240. I was not too.
If you can do that,
all right,
that's
we'll pick this.
You probably could have played NFL for sure.
I was 240, and it was senior high school. Yeah, so and then when the fastest I got measured at when I was like 280 was like a 4.6, 4.7. So
okay.
You're right.
Either way, that's wheels. Those are some wheels right there. Has anyone ever told you look like his name is, I think, Andrew Whitworth? He was the left tackle for the Rams up until last year before he retired. Solid left tackle. Won a Super Bowl ring and then he's out, but you kind of remind me of him a little. No.
I'm me. I'm only me. I only look like one other person. Kratos. God of War.
Ooh.
Just wait till
you come out like that.
You got the eye.
We got to get him that costume for his next fight. That'd be dope.
But I want to say, hey, congratulations, guys, and everything. You guys have been fucking with me for a long time, and you guys are a blast. And Junkie Nation's so fun. What you need to do is have another party, so I am different. I have a couple of drinks in me. I get a little bit wild. So
you do.
Get a party set up to celebrate the 3,300th episode. How long is it going to take to get to 4,000th episode? How long is that going to take, roughly? At
this rate, 7 more years. But 3,500, that's a nice round number, right?
Okay, let's shoot for 3,500. Party time.
All right. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Love you.